I have a question, babe.
Mm-hmm. That was my shoe. Sorry, that was my slipper.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
What happened with you and Pops and Mel in the room in the dorm recently?
Your daddy told you to say that?
He did not. He did not. But I'm just curious.
Sounds like Pops was scheming.
Telling the people what exactly happened, Paige, babe.
To my last week?
Yeah. I think
First
it has
of
to do
all,
with the spider.
Third was there as well.
Okay, and third, okay. I just heard about the. Okay, go ahead.
Wow. Your daddy really didn't tell you to say that?
Girl, if you don't just tell a story.
I feel set up. So, last week, we were in our room at the church property, and I'm just like getting kids ready and stuff. You know, well, I don't want to tell where everybody lives. So your dad was with us because he was checking on everybody. And there was a spider. We keep our little stroller wagon in our room.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got there, I'm getting the kids together and stuff like I normally do for service. And there's a spider like crawling on the handle that leads down into the actual wagon part. So I'm looking at the spider on the handle. I'm like, I don't know what to do because it's a huge spider, and I knew if I moved, it could have like jumped or whatever. I didn't know what it was gonna do, and so I'm like foolishly whispering to your dad, like, get it, it's a spider, like going crazy because I'm like, I don't want to talk loud. You know how you are when you're scared of something. It's like I don't want to say, like, you know
how you are when you're scared of something. Sure.
Yeah, it was a paid reaction to a spider, and so your dad, he was like doing something else, not even paying attention to us. And when I started like freaking out, he's like, what is it? I don't think he had his glasses on because that thing was huge. Because you know, when you kill a spider, it shrinks. And so it was light brown, but it was big, and it was like, you know, crawling on the handlebar. But as it's crawling on the handle, you know, the handles go down. Mel's on the inside of the wagon just laying down watching her iPad. And as it's crawling down, it falls in. And that's why I'm trying to ask your dad to like come and get it. And so when that happened, when it fell in, I lost
I bet you did. I guarantee you did.
I was like, my baby is in there. My baby is in there. Get her. And I went, Mel, get out of here right now. And like I picked her up and threw her out. And she's like, oh, mommy, like crying and stuff. And I'm like, no. And then your dad is like, Paige, what is it? And so I'm pointing at it, but he can't see it because there's already dirt in there from, you know, we take our walks and stuff in this wagon. So the thing is brown and then there's dirt in the wagon. So he can't see it. And I can clearly see it because I saw it fall. And so I'm pointing at it, like trying to point as close as I can without touching it. And then eventually I just like start smacking it with my sandal and it died. And then your dad is like, this little brown thing. I'm like, yeah, it's little now, but it wasn't little like when it was crawling on to the
tarantula.
wagon.
What are you talking about? It
was huge.
The black widow.
I've been bitten by a spider and I have a forever scar from it. And so when things like that happen, I'm just like, I'd rather be safe than sorry. So
let's not act like this is just spiders. This is frogs. This is bees, birds for sure. This is lizards.
But I would run. But in that case, I couldn't run because Mel was in there.
True. Hey, wait. Mel been there a couple times and you said, get the baby. Get the baby.
She's been in the room. But this time, she was in the... She was trapped. Yeah, she was trapped. So I was like, I have to get her.
Oh, my goodness. All right. You ready?
I know your daddy put you up today.
He did not.
And he don't even listen to podcasts.
So you know he did not.
Oh, true. Yeah.
You ready?
Yes. Come on.
What up, though? Welcome to another episode of Taking the Stage. I'm the math guy, Steve. This is
Paigey baby.
Paigey Wagey, Paigey Babe. Paigey Babe.
Yes.
What's the news of the day, news of the week?
I think the news of the week is goes along with my testimony that we just had. Like,
Okay.
we really just made it. It
Made
was one of those like
Made it both.
yeah. Last week was pretty rough, but we're here and I don't know. I feel a lot better.
Okay, there we go. So some mental clarity, some
Yeah, I felt
some
so
things
anxious
off
last
you-
week. I
off
don't know
you.
what it was. It was just different.
Mm-hmm. And I guess this week, it's just been a regular week. I mean, it's been at work it has not been. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Somehow, a hacker got into the
Not
Southeastern
Hack
system,
City.
and so Southeastern intentionally. This happened to other colleges or universities in the state. Southeastern intentionally shut their entire internet down on campus. That's been like 10 days now.
It has been a long time.
Yeah.
And they're still expecting you guys to like make provisions and stuff.
Right.
When everything is electronic.
First, the emails were shut down. So we finally got emails back, but I mean, everything was shut down. Moodle, students can't, if you stay on campus, you can't get into my math lab, which is what we
for
use
testing and stuff.
for our homeworks and quizzes, our tests, everything. So it's pretty interesting, but so work has been pretty weird. But
I heard you all have answered championships for the Sunbelt again.
oh yeah, they won.
Oh, they won Sunbelt
I think so. Yeah.
or won to get to Sunbelt.
No, I think they won the championship. I want to say that's what I saw at least on ESPN's I think they won.
Congrats! Shout out.
Go Cajuns. What else? For today, it was pretty eventful, I guess. We had the kids. We've learned to make sure that they go outside at least twice a day to get
They're
all the energy
always
out.
outside, though.
That's true. But now we make it
We
intentional.
let them do more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bought chalk to ride on the ground. They got their bikes, scooter.
Go for a walk.
Go for a walk.
Mm-hmm.
I was cutting the grass while Paige was watching them, and they were just playing
Yeah.
and stuff. So
This time of the year just brings about like newness. It's a new year.
yes,
You can do a lot more.
Yes, it's spring.
Like now is the time to have them out and stuff because it's not freezing cold
and it's not
or raining or
ridiculously
windy.
hot.
It's
like
not
it is in
raining
summer.
yet, but you know.
Yeah. So that's news of the day. So, babe, on today's episode, what we want to do is take a trip back down memory lane. Okay, all right, okay. Let's go get some blasts from the past, is what they say.
No blast from the
We're gonna do all
past.
the old phrases. Well,
All right.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is we just want to talk a little bit about high school.
Okay.
High school, just our experience and a little bit about how it was for us in high school.
Okay.
So just back
I'm
down
down.
memory lane. Let's see what we got. You about it?
I'm about it. Come on.
That's what we used to say. We about it. That's what we used to
I
say
didn't
back
say about it.
You didn't say that? You didn't
No.
sound like you
It
said that.
reminds
Actually,
me-
you just said just now. You didn't sound like you said
Wait,
that.
what?
You didn't sound like you said like that's the first time you ever said that out loud. You read it.
How did I say it?
I didn't say I was about it.
I did not say that. But I was about to say. Do you
You
remember
just
the,
said I was about to say.
Oh. Do you remember the episode of Smart Guy? Where he was like,
when they got
I'm
the-
not about it.
About it.
I need how many about it he got. Smart Guy is slept on.
Underrated, right?
Like-
Watch it right now and be dying laughing
Right.
still.
And the kids know the theme song.
See?
They love that show.
T.J. Henderson, super intelligent, fine young gentleman. Okay, all right. See? With 1,000 IQ, you got away with the ladies, and he's keeping it real. Your favorite little study buddy, he's little.
Boy, we fucking-
Okay, anyway. All right. Speaking of high school, right? So, okay, lunchtime. No.
Okay.
The reason this conversation or this topic came up in my head was because of the conversation that we had
Yes.
about our very, very vast differences in how lunch was for you.
Vast difference? What class is this? don't get it.
I don't.
Biology, that's different. Okay, we're gonna look it up later.
In like 20 years. So, you know.
We're gonna look. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you
that's different.
I'm gonna show you.
Yeah. Okay. What is it?
We're gonna talk about it later.
Okay.
It's a lot to explain.
The vast difference in our
You keep saying it. It's so funny. Okay. Go ahead.
Lunchtime experiences. And I'm saying vast differences.
I know. Come on.
How was lunch for you? Like the lunchtime period, the lunch period. How was lunch for you in high school? How did y'all's lunch go?
So, am I explaining what?
Okay, let's start with
talked about.
Well,
because I don't know if you want me to cover all of that. Like maybe you should start.
Okay. First, let's start with where we went to high school.
Okay.
So I attended Benjamin Franklin High School in New Orleans, Louisiana. We both grew up in New Orleans. My school was a public school, but it was a charter. What's it called? Charter? No, what's it called?
Magnet?
Charter school. Charter school, yeah. Wasn't a magnet school, but charter school.
I don't know the difference between all that.
A charter school is sponsored by a university, I think, which I was sponsored by UNO. A magnet school is anybody around the city is allowed to come, hence a magnet.
Oh, I don't know any of it.
Now, our school required either you get a certain GPA and a certain grade on the LEAP. I think is what you take in 8th grade.
And y'all had to test them?
I said either. Either you get a certain GPA and a certain score of your LEAP. That was one. Or you could try to test in. Those were two options that you had. So I never had to test in. Because my GPA was high enough already, and I had scored high enough on, I think it was LEAP, the LEAP test. LEAP is a standardized test in Louisiana during 8th grade and 10th grade, I think. Okay, so that's Ben Franklin, or at least that's what it was when I went there. What school did you attend?
Dominican. High school.
Well, you have to explain what Dominican is, first of all. What's the name of your school?
What's the name of
What's the name of your school? They never said Franklin, by the way. Just throwing it out there. That's a song.
The whole thing? St. Mary's Dominican?
St. Mary's Dominican. That gives it a little context. Because this is a private school, right?
Yeah, but it's not St. Mary's Academy. That's different.
Right.
There are two different schools. And yes, private school. We didn't have LEAP testing. There was testing for certain courses, I think. Okay. No. I mean, to see where you would be placed, I think.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So you placed in honors or regular or gifted or whatever it was.
And it was all girls.
Yes, it was.
And we had a uniform. But most schools in New Orleans had a uniform, but y'all didn't have a uniform.
Ben Franklin did not have a uniform. We did not. We're a smaller school. Like, I graduated with like 100-something people in my class. I think the highest when I was there, they had like 900-something students.
Graduating?
No. In all 4 grades.
Okay, same.
Okay, but
however,
I'm talking about for a public school.
Yeah,
we were pretty small. So that was, I think that was a part of the reason why uniforms weren't required. We were required to wear ID. IDs were huge. You had to have an ID.
Oh, like
had to have it on at all times.
lanyards.
Yeah. And so again, that was. I mean, you got suspended if you didn't have your ID. Like, you got to that point at times.
What?
Yeah, because that was your uniform, right? So it's same thing as
Let me think.
So
because
in class suspension, like Saturday suspension, whatever.
We had IDs, but I don't remember having to like wear them around our necks, unless I'm just
because you had a uniform on. You wouldn't have to have had it on.
Oh, true. But when our sweaters, they were
embroidered.
Yeah.
There's your name on it.
And so I know your last 2 years you got a special color like sweater. Like I know junior year was the color red, so your sweater was red. Senior year was like navy blue, and so your sweater was blue.
Okay, yeah.
First 2 years it was black. However, I believe something was different on it to where they could tell.
Okay. Yeah, I was.
Unless they just asked for our IDs, I can't remember.
Our IDs had colors as well.
But we just had like the regular like hard IDs.
Yeah.
And then you had the stamp on it like underneath your picture, whatever year you were.
Yeah. I also the same thing. Yeah, Ben Franklin on the side of it. It was a different color. Like under your picture was your color. So freshman was red. Our colors were green, orange, and white. Freshman was red. That means you stand out. So okay, you're going for this red color. And then sophomore was white. Junior year was orange, and the senior year was green. So yeah. So but yes, okay. So that's the schools we went to. So about this
Yeah,
lunchtime.
it's funny because we were green for freshmen, yellow sophomore.
Y'all colors were black and white, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Green for actually purple for 8th grade. Green for freshmen, yellow sophomore, red juniors, and blue seniors.
Okay. Back to this lunchtime. I'll explain my experience for lunch.
Okay.
At Benjamin Franklin High School. So.
What was high school lunch for you?
Okay. Okay. First, we had a cafeteria, of course. I know very few people who use this cafeteria. Our lunch was you brought your lunch. That was regular lunch. Now, seniors, of course, had senior privileges. They were able to go off campus. Usually they went to Burger King or Bud's Broiler down the street or something like that. But for the most part, you brought your own lunch. Some people did go to the cafeteria and eat, or some people just went to the cafeteria and just brought the food that they already had. But for the most part, everybody brought their lunch. A huge part of it also was that because I played sports, I hung around a lot of people who played sports, we had 7-period PE. So if I had breakfast that morning, I wasn't that hungry by lunch. Maybe a snack is all I really needed.
High school lunch is early.
Yeah.
You were like 11 o'clock.
and then I'm already getting off early, pretty much out of class early, because I have 7-period PE, so I can eat then as well. So eat in the locker room, grab a snack or got a sandwich or something. So lunch wasn't that big a deal because we didn't, for at least for athletes. Everybody brought their own lunch. If you had lunch, or you just had a snack, or you eat somebody else's lunch, and it wasn't a set thing.
Yeah.
Right. We didn't really even. The people that I hung with didn't really even go to the cafeteria like that. We had lunch outside really, because we had a huge courtyard, and so everybody just hanging out in the courtyard. You had your own little spot, your crew or whatever. Y'all go, hang together, and then maybe go, oh, you talked to what you called me yesterday? Yeah, I talked about let's go. That type of thing. So, how was your lunch experience, Staige, babe? In high school.
It was kind of similar.
Oh no, it didn't sound
It was a little bit. Okay, so I'll start with what we had for lunch. So in the beginning of my high school, I guess, matriculation, we had the hot food, but our hot food was like good food. And then we had a salad bar, we had a chicken sandwich bar, then you had the vending machines and drink machines and stuff like that. And then we had Crispitos on like Fridays.
What the deuce is a Crispito?
It's like a taquito almost, but it's like deep fried, and it would come with all like the taco sides. And whoever was an upperclassman would get to have lunch early that day, no matter when your lunch fell. So the thing was you could leave your backpack like wherever your class before lunch was. So it was like always mayhem, like on Crispito Friday or Thursday, whatever day it was, because people would be running to be first.
So y'all had on different days, y'all had different lunches that were served? So like Crispitos on Thursday, and then...
Well, that wasn't the only lunch. You could have Crispitos, or you could have whatever like the general
regular was for that
lunch
day.
was, or 2 lunches were. It depends on what they were offering. I remember vaguely, like, it would be like a few different things. Like, it would be like Crispitos, pizzas, or like something else. Something like that. And then you would have a full salad bar, the drink machines, the snack machines, and then chicken sandwiches. And then you also had the option to bring your lunch, of course.
Yeah.
So I don't know what people kept their lunches, because I didn't really bring my lunch like that, because Mom was not making lunch for 3 different kids. Like, she was like, here you go. But I just remember, like you said, by the time you eat breakfast, you're not that hungry when you have your lunch at school. And so I would literally, like, I'll get one thing from the snack machine, drink water, and like save my lunch money. Like the lunch money my mom would give me at the beginning of the week, I would save that for the entire week so that I could go and have money to spend on the weekend, like to go and buy a movie ticket or buy my skating ticket, so I wouldn't have to ask for more
no
money
after,
to go and do something.
Yeah, it's just first, when you're in high school, you're eating all type of stuff, right? All the time. So you're not thinking about, okay, I gotta make sure I eat lunch. So like even when I pack my lunch, it was kind of snacks anyway.
You know, you have snacks. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You eat snacks the whole time, so it's not like you want like a huge meal.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, all right. So.
Oh well. I was also about to say, we did have the cafeteria where a lot of people ate in the cafeteria. But
this is outside of the cafeteria? All these other lunches?
No. This is in the cafeteria.
Oh, okay.
But we had the cafeteria seating. Then we also had...
the courtyard, that's what you're saying.
We had the courtyard. We had the area by the fountain. We had the gym. And then we had a little like...
People were eating in all these places at the same time?
It depends on when you had lunch. So, we want a rotating schedule, so you're not doing the same thing every day. Okay. So everyone doesn't have the same lunchtime every day, which is kind of crazy because you would think that you would need to eat at the same time every day.
Yeah.
And then we had like a little inside, like I guess, I don't know. You've been to Dominican before, the little glass building inside area where you could eat.
I forgot to mention, a lot of the times I wasn't eating lunch because I was playing basketball. You know how back in the Gap we wore shorts underneath your jeans?
What you mean back in the Gap? You was doing that in college.
I was. That's still back in the Gap. You didn't realize college was that long ago.
For you. Keep going.
Just because you in law school right now don't mean college was also a while ago for you too. We're 2 years apart. Go ahead. Math be mathing. Go ahead. You got it.
I see.
But I was playing basketball as well during lunchtime. Lunchtime was only like 25, 28 minutes or something like that. So by the time I'm finished playing...
That's a long time for your lunchtime. That's what...
But my point is when I'm done playing basketball, I'm not that hungry anyway. I'll give me a Gatorade and I'm good to go.
True.
So...
Gatorade used to feel like a lot back then, huh?
Yeah. We sipping on that all through class.
That is a high school drink.
All right.
Who was Al? Or was that AI? A1.
Supposed to be all. I was typing this on my phone very quickly. Okay? I was trying to remember all the things. Says, you went to an all-girls school. Now, how was that experience for you? Because I did not. I didn't go to an all-boys school either.
It was great until I had to experience going to school with boys.
Then you're like, you feel like you missed out on something? Or?
I appreciated going to an all-girls school because I felt comfortable. However, I don't appreciate going to an all-girls school because I felt so comfortable. Like, it was just different. I wouldn't say it was weird, but it was new during a weird time.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Experiencing going to a different type of school because I've been going to all-girls school like basically my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And
but
so
in high school, that's just a premium time for you're changing. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm still all-girls school in my high school, during my high school.
I know. I'm saying you're changing, you as a person.
Oh.
I thought that's what you were referencing.
No. Because the entire time when I was in all-girls school, you also had the brother schools.
Okay.
So it was just, you had your circle of people who you knew. And then just being thrust into regular school was weird.
Are you talking about?
College and the semester I spent hurricane year. Because that was very hard. Because, one, we had lost everything in the storm, in Katrina. And so knowing that, like, having to reconcile the fact that you're never going back to your old life.
It's not a hurricane.
Okay.
All right.
So, fast forward and going to college, it was a little different because I wasn't used to, I guess it still felt like a sudden change. It felt normal. However, it also felt like, okay, am I pretending to be okay with this situation? Mm-hmm. Because even the dorm that I lived in, when I started college, I lived in the only all-female dorm on campus.
Pride. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Pride Hall.
Shout out. And even still, that was difficult for me.
Now, part of that was because of you decided to have a roommate.
I know.
Situation.
I told myself that I
someone
was
you didn't
gonna
know.
that I was gonna put myself out there and have like random roommates, and don't do that.
But yeah, because we didn't. I mean, well, of course we hung out with other schools, including all girls schools and even all boys schools, right? Shaw and Brother Martin and places like that. And so yeah, we knew about these schools. It's just Franklin wasn't like that. The other side to that is, well, that means, I mean, I'm a growing man, and so you get attracted to the opposite sex often, right? So it can be a distraction, or it can throw you off a little bit as far as, well, actual school or stuff that's
But at
important.
least you guys got a chance to have a glimpse of like life outside of school.
Yeah, how real life is going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely prepared us. It for sure prepared us. Yeah. It was just it. Yeah, the pluses and minuses, the same thing. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else we got? Did you even want to go to an all girl school? I guess that kind of
No.
goes with.
I did not. So not traditionally. A lot of times in New Orleans, I'm sorry, this piece of my hair is just
Clearly, because you've been messing with it for get your hand down. It ain't gonna change.
a lot of times in New Orleans, you end up going wherever your family goes.
Yeah, that does happen.
So a lot of my older cousins, which I didn't have that many older cousins who were my age or around my age.
Okay.
Because my siblings and I, we're the youngest set of siblings.
Yeah.
And so the ones who were older than you. Not saying that you're old.
No, that's what you said. That's fine. I'll take it.
However, yeah, they went to like 35 and Carr. Not 35 and Warren Easton. And Carr. And so I just knew that I was going to 35 because my closest girl cousin, that's where she went. And so I knew that I would be going there in my mind. And so I was just like telling people, oh, you going here? Like, I'm going to see you next year and da-da-da. And I remember getting home, Mom was like, you going to Dominican? I was like, who? Who is that? So.
That's my exact word too.
Yeah.
That. We, of course, so we grew up I grew up in Algiers, and played park ball there, and we knew a bunch of people who played park ball with us, of course, and so and then some of those same people, including my close friend at the time, Craig, we went to middle school together at Lusher, and so, but both of us wanted to play sports, and so Craig was going to, I think, not 3-5. I forgot what Craig was doing. But we grew up in Algiers. Carr is right there. I want to play football. So I'm like, Carr's a football school. Then when I got the letter being accepted into Carr, I'm like, well, this is it. Why are we even looking at a school? This is it. But soon thereafter, I got the letter getting accepted to Franklin. And my parents were like, no, you're going to Franklin. I was like, but I got accepted into Carr. So I think we're good, right? We're good, right, though? So, but they wanted, Franklin was a college preparatory school. And so, they kind of wanted that for me, which is, I enjoyed myself there. But did I want to go there initially? No.
Right.
I wanted to go where my friends were going. We had buku friends from Algiers going to Carr. My cousins were going to Carr. Jules, some other cousins already there. Steph was already there. So, that's why I wanted to go. But, anywho.
Other plans.
Yeah, that's all great. I enjoyed myself where I went. Okay, what was life like? I think we kind of explained that, but what was life like just in general? Like, what was the typical day at Dominican?
I don't know, regular high school life. Waking up crazy early in the morning, having to get ready, getting to school sometimes a challenge because
Your mom was bringing?
Well, yeah, because it's private school, so they didn't have buses.
No, I didn't know if somebody, carpool.
So my last 2 years, I was just like trying to get rides like wherever I could find one, cause not like I had a car, and so my mom, she would like drop my brother and sister off, and then I would just find rides to get to school.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, she would bring me to school, which I would be late. And sometimes I have to get a detention because I would be late. I'm like, I can't control this. And so it was that life for me. I don't know. I feel like I had a regular high school life with a little bit of, extra tension on the side sometimes. We had like a lot of family stuff going on, so.
Yeah, I mean, high school life was pretty good.
Dramatic teenager life. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
But I built like lifelong friendships.
Yeah.
In high school. I think that's my favorite.
Some of my favorite best friends.
Right. Because
shout out Diesel, shout out Bree, shout out Vibe Pod, gang.
Mm-hmm. Look, Crystal went to
Tati went to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say Tati, Crystal. I forgot about Crystal. Yeah. All of them were in that wedding.
So many people, right? And then even people outside of the close ones we have, it's just, especially like the Black people at Dominican, that was like, it was click. I want to say it was click tight.
Click tight.
But you be having like your differences with certain people. But yeah. It was good.
Yeah. Life was pretty good for us too. I mean, of course, same thing with you. Hurricane year was that was my senior year. So it was a little bit different those 6 months. But yeah, it was I mean, a good time. Also have some lifelong friends. I mean, Dave and Carr, hang out with them. Still to this day. Nikki.
Shout out.
Even at the time, we weren't closest of friends, but I mean, we click tight still to this day. So I mean, yeah, and even other people, like you said. So high school was fun. I had a good time.
We met some quality people.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what else we got. What do you miss about high school? Ooh, do you miss anything?
I miss being like, I guess, a little free and like whimsical in high school. Just being able to, having that feeling of, oh, well, let me try this, let me try that. Within reason. Yeah. Nothing crazy, but like just.
She went to all reason.
Just the freedom of like everyone having freedom, I guess. Like, I feel like in high school, I don't know. Well, hold on, let me think a little bit. What do I miss about high school? Yes, I'm sorry. What? I miss being able to have the freedom to just be with the people we want to be with like all the time. Even though I don't really prefer to be around a lot of people all the time. However, having the option to, during like those times, it just kind of felt like time never ended.
Yeah. Or time, yeah. I think when you get older, when you get, get married and have kids and all that, you got real jobs and real occupations, the part you miss is, like you said, that innocence is not the right word, but that lack of fear. I think it's the right way to put it. Right, mm-hmm. where you had no responsibilities for real.
Mm-hmm. Like throwing caution to the wind.
Yeah. So it's just kind of, you can, like you said, just do whatever, or kind of live life. You can, and even though it is, like you said, going to be dramatic at times because you're growing into an adult and you're around a bunch of people who are doing the same thing. It gets. That's the part I miss, is that like you said, that freedom, that lack of care for serious things.
As long as I'm doing the right things.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like back then.
Yeah.
Because you were okay, because you had people watching over you. And so it's not that we don't have people watching over us now. It's just we're responsible for everything that happens in between.
Exhausting, B.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what else we got. What goals did you accomplish while there?
I remember my biggest goal starting high school was I wanted to not be as shy as I was prior to. And so I always made it like a mission of mine and a point of mine to, well, a goal of mine to make sure I speak to people. Because I never realized that was a thing that I did. Like, I wanted to keep to myself so much that it's not that I didn't like see people or anything. It's just I didn't have it in me to just like speak. And so I would just keep to myself. And so I was like, no, we're not gonna continue on with this. Like, say hello. Like, you never know what's gonna happen. And so I always made it a point to do that. And like, that's how I formed some of the greatest relationships that I have still to this day.
Yeah. What did I accomplish with goals? Well, I mean, sports-wise, I think I accomplished the goals that I wanted to anyway. Now, Ben Franklin, we didn't win very much in anything.
Oh, daytime games.
In the sports that I played, let's go with that. I played baseball and football, and we didn't win much, but I don't think, for me...
My baby was still cold.
Well, in football, I started every year.
Let them know.
I led the team in tackles.
Come on.
Every year.
Come on.
My junior year, it was 130 something tackles.
And what else?
In 12 games. Baseball, I didn't. I played.
Baby. Let's keep going.
Oh, my bad. And we was about to go win state, but hurricane happened, so we was gonna win state, but
you can't tell my baby he ain't do that.
You know how to, but it's all right. It's okay. We let him have that. That's fine. That was senior year. We about to go dominate. You know how many seniors we had? That's fine. I'll do your thing. So, but again, the goals that in sports, for me, the goal wasn't about winning, and I know that's taboo, and you're not supposed to say that. It's passé. Don't forget the paprika. The goal wasn't about winning. I'll be honest with you. The goal was about camaraderie, about discipline, and about teamwork. And I think I accomplished all of those for sure, and I was an embodiment of that, of those goals. So I think I accomplished those goals. And then, I was always really good at math. So I was able to help my friends with math, and I got good friendships out of being there and all that good stuff. So yeah, those were good goals. Okay, what did you get out of it? I guess.
I thought we were just talking about it.
We kind of did. I know. I was just kind of spitballing.
What did I get out of it? Going to college.
Let's go. Okay, what was the best moment in high school?
Best moment in high school. Ooh. I really love the days. We would have what's called Rally Day in high school. So it's where each grade gets together and you put together this huge class-wide performance. And so it's so many people, so it's a lot of like theatrics. So you just learn to do so many like different hand structures, and you used to watch tapes. Look, it was tapes, DVDs back then. Like learn how to do all those different things, and you used to be like, y'all did that, like yes,
for real. And
it's like, okay, if y'all two right here, y'all have to do this at this point, so that we can make this structure during this time. And I love the organization of that, because that always brought, Rally Days always brought like the whole school together. Or tore them apart, it's all girls. Some people lose, some people win, but there were different categories and stuff like that. So it's like you have to do creative headpieces, a dance. I remember I used to be on the team for that. Create the poster board. We would all do the sequence and all that stuff. So it was cute.
Yeah, we had a similar thing, which is what I was going to bring up, and that is homecoming week. Because the whole week was stuff like that, right? Where every day. Okay, first of all, the homecoming week was so much put into it, because we knew we weren't winning homecoming game.
Oh, I never had a true homecoming week.
Homecoming game, we weren't winning. It was football.
Well, at least y'all had football.
Yeah,
we just had a back to school dance.
But it was even worse, because homecoming is a game you put against your worst opponents. So
somebody got to lose, and it's during their homecoming too.
It's us every year during our homecoming. Okay. We played for everybody else's homecoming. That's how bad we were. everybody else was like, let's make sure we get fun. But homecoming week was just, it was fun. It was, so every day was a different day. You would dress up as something different. The last day was it rally day or something like that? Yeah, I think it was. We were like, everybody, like each grade were competing in like different sports and different events, and everybody put on a skit.
Yeah.
But like each day you would dress up as something different. That would be the theme, right? So like they had nerd day. We were all nerds anyway. So they had nerd day. You dress up as a nerd. You had color day. You dress up as your color, whatever grade you were. You had whatever different days for each part. So that week was just really fun. I remember those vividly. Also, I guess that's a good moment. I just thought about it, but when you said homecoming dance, I was prom king. So that was a good moment as well with my best friend, Dominique. She was prom queen. So, but now Dominique's way taller than me, so she offered me her shoes because she's way taller than me.
I was gonna say, now that we are where we are, is she called T Nikki or the Elixir?
For who? To the kids? For who? To the kids?
Well, because to the kids we call whoever the other person is, whatever the kids call them. So I'm like, it'd be weird sometimes when I have to say D-Lixer. I'm like,
she only called D-Lixer when,
after kids go to sleep.
There we go.
Yeah.
But she's sneaky. She's sneaky in Uncle Jacques. Yeah. Sorry, my eyes really bother me. It's been bothering me all day. I was trying not to touch it because we knew it was doing the potty. But
probably could cut the grass today.
I didn't think about that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably, yeah. And I cut the grass yesterday. Okay, but yeah, that was some of our best moments. Okay, let's see what else we got. Only a few more. What are your regrets from high school? Or about high school? Do you have any?
Probably my attitude.
While at high school or just?
Just kind of like at times.
Okay, gotcha.
I feel like a lot of times I was just regular. There were also times where I was just not here for it. I was exhausted at home, which trickled over to being exhausted at school, exhausted with everybody around me. Like, it was just a lot during times. And so, yeah, I would say that would be one of my regrets. Like, other than that, I was just a normal teenager.
Yeah. And that can be rough. Yeah. Because I think about how I maybe treated my parents. That may have been, rough on them, but no regrets. Okay.
Regrets.
No, what do I regret? If you didn't know, I'm what they call a hopeless romantic.
You definitely are.
So
Child.
I probably regret most falling for people too easily.
Child.
You ain't gotta say all that. You ain't gotta do it like that. You ain't gotta be like that. No, I would, yes, falling too easily and being hurt and then being broken. Oh, my whole world has ended. Oh, my goodness. So, yes, I was that guy for sure. Certainly. You know some stories. You ain't gotta say all. You ain't gotta do all that.
I ain't say nothing. Okay.
You laughed at it all. Okay. Anywho, all right. Okay, what else we got? A few more. Would you recreate your experience if you could? Would you recreate being okay? Now this is back. I was just talking.
Would I go back to high school?
No, that's what I mean. I don't even know how to phrase what I was trying to say. So
would I relive my high school experience?
I was really saying, not would you relive it right now. I'm saying, would you
go back and do it again?
No, I'm saying, would you change anything? It was kind of like the would you regret.
Oh,
would you change anything?
Or recreate. Okay.
Yeah. Would you recreate it as it was, or would you change anything? I mean, I think both of us would say the hurricane year probably.
Yeah.
Maybe change that or do it differently. But.
Yeah.
Okay, we can save this last part for something else. Okay, I want us to do our moments. Okay.
Goodness, what are we doing?
I don't know, about to see. So if you recall, from
okay,
the previous episode, we said we would do at the end of every episode a card that just talks about, this is just a couple's question that we need to answer. So we'll try to do maybe a couple of them. A couple of them.
Come Come on, boy. Come on.
Okay. What is something you probably should do but never will?
What is something you probably should do but never will? Something I probably should do but I never will. I would probably say...
Want me to go first?
Go ahead.
Go vegan.
Go vegan.
Yeah, I probably should, but most likely won't.
You eat a lot of plant-based meals, though.
I
But
do.
that's different.
I do.
Going vegan, I don't like the vegan versions of a lot of stuff, so I would have to agree with that as well.
Yeah. And
I'd rather just eat plants over
yeah, but
trying
that's what I'm
vegan
saying.
version.
Even that I probably won't do. Even though I probably
But you don't
should.
eat meat with every meal, though.
True. But I'm saying I probably should. I mean, that's natural. That's most natural for us is to just eat plants, right? Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, that's dead bodies dead blood that you're putting in your body, which, you know, helps your body to decay, whereas plants helps your body to grow. But I probably won't do it.
That's funny. You sound like you eating steaks and stuff.
That's right. I haven't. When's the last time you ate steak? Goodness.
Right. I'm like, you eat mostly
I'm
plants.
not Staige. I'm just.
But
I'm allowed to answer the question for myself.
No. What I'm saying is, I do get the vegan thing because I would never go vegan either. Because I don't like the vegan versions of, like...
But I wasn't talking about vegan versions of stuff. I just meant go vegan. Like, I probably should. We all probably should do that. Mm-hmm. I probably just. I won't.
What is something you probably should do but never will?
How many times you gonna read the question?
I know. Well, I think I'm gonna say, kind of. It was a similar question, but I'll say the same thing I said last time. Doubting myself. I feel like that's what pushes me forward. Is it doubt?
So what's something you probably should do?
Questioning
Stop
myself.
doubting yourself. Okay, yeah.
Questioning myself because that's what pushes me forward. Like, I question almost every step that I take.
Yeah.
And that allows me to make sure that I'm not just doing things off of a whim all the time.
Yeah. It kind of puts, you know, your own brakes on yourself.
Yeah, it keeps me focused and organized. So.
Okay, let's try one more. I think this is probably good. All right, last one. What's something you've tried that you'll never, ever try again? I already know what your answer is going to be without even looking at your face. What is it, babe?
3, 2, 1.
Why are you looking here is my question. The entire time the episode is right here.
Oh, I was trying to do it
because you was doing 3, 2, 1, but I don't think they can see it if you're up here. That's what I was saying.
1, 2, 3, go. Zip lining. No. Never, ever, ever trying that. I feel like the Father wanted me to do that in the Dominican Republic that extensively because I would never, ever be doing that again.
Previously on the podcast, we've spoken about how we went ziplining for during our honeymoon. Okay. We were in Dominican Republic. It was a great time. We were flying. It was 15 courses, something like that. 20 courses maybe. Where you're flying through the air, flying off.
And hiking.
Hiking up to.
Climbing.
We're flying through the forest, through the jungle.
Multiple water breaks in there.
Yes. We went up you said what on the hell? You can't say that word.
Oh, you got to go back and leave it out.
We climbed a huge tower and we ziplined off of that through another piece of the jungle. It was a time. Paige hated every second of it, and so her portion of the honeymoon was we had dinner on the beach. Mine was ziplining. Okay, it was our honeymoon. Ours.
No.
So you wouldn't go again, babe?
No. First of all, we had to travel through the city, and I felt very bad because we were coming from the VIP side of our resort, going through the city, and the people were like trying to throw dollars, the little kids and stuff, and sell flowers.
Throwing dollars, they were trying to
get dollars, and they were throwing flowers and stuff at us. That was sad, and didn't
That had
realize.
nothing to do with zip lining, by the way.
I didn't realize how long it was gonna be when we got there.
How long the courses were.
Yeah.
Yeah, or the entire.
Yeah, because you remember when we got there, like before the training and everything, I'm like looking around at the other people going, and I was like, oh, this is the end. And the guy was like, that's one. I said, that's one? I was like, no.
Of like 20. So.
And there's no way you can walk back. It's the jungle.
Yeah.
You cannot walk back.
Walk back where? You still gotta wait for your bus to come get you.
What views?
Through the air. We're flying through the air.
You can't see nothing but the jungle beneath you. Like, you could get eaten by something.
It's a great time.
It's not, and it was storming.
It started storming at one point.
We had to hike up. It was like you kept
Tower.
going up and up and up hills, climbing towers. Then
It was
some
one
of the
tower.
No, it was a few of them. And
Those
then the
weren't
highest
towers,
one, the highest one, there was a storm that came through and the thing started shaking.
Yes.
And the guy came back and he was like, but we'll take the kids first. And I was like, no, these kids are the same size as me. Take me. Take me.
It was a good time. Anywho.
It was not.
What's something that you've tried that you'll never, ever try again? I don't know. What you think mine is?
Hennessy. We're not going to talk about that.
I'm going to go Hennessy. I'll leave it at that. Any last words, Poop?
I don't know. It was great going back down memory lane, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to the next episode.
Which one?
Because
we still know the vacation.
LaQuisha makes her return next episode, right? Her input.
No. Yeah, her input.
Yeah, her input.
Her,
I'm excited to see what she has.
I'm sure her DGs will come back up. Those are DeQuisha's grievances. Okay.
Not her DGs.
Okay.
Come on now.
Okay. But yeah. This was a good episode.
It was. After a long day, these kids put us through it today. I'm tired. I am. I was like, I hope I don't look tired on here, y'all.
Thank you for watching and listening to another episode of Taking the Stage.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Hey podcasters, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. You can also listen to our audio podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Have a good one.